Hello there, I'm Carly. Welcome to the Parachute Project. This channel is all about acknowledging the challenges of caregiving while at the same time exploring the concepts, tools, and strategies that make effective self-care realistic and attainable in your circumstances. In this video, I want to talk about the concept of New Year's resolutions and why, in my opinion, they are not an effective strategy for self-care. The idea behind the New Year's resolution is that with a new year comes a blank slate, a chance to start the year off right and finally do that thing that you always said you would do in order to experience a healthier, happier, or more productive year. And that all sounds good, doesn't it? You might even feel that committing yourself to a self-care practice this year sounds like a good New Year's resolution. But it's not. Even the most well-intentioned New Year's resolutions will almost always fail. And they fail for the same reasons that almost all of our well-intentioned attempts at self-care fail too. So let's talk about it. And you can decide for yourself if these points have held true in your own experience with self-care. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The first reason why resolutions fail is because they're on a timeline that's not yours. You have to start January 1st. It's a new year, a fresh start. If you don't start today, you'll miss having a memorable date to look back on and say, this was the first day of the rest of my new and improved life, or some other such nonsense. This sentiment just creates an overinflated sense of urgency, a perception that we need to start now or never. So we do one of two things. We rush right into something new without any real thought or preparation. And of course, we fail. More on this later. Or we just don't start at all. We figure if I'm not ready now, then why bother? I'll try again when the next clean slate comes around. Like maybe next year. But that's just a cop-out. It's an excuse to put off something that makes us feel uncomfortable, because change is uncomfortable. The truth is, every minute is a clean slate and a perfect time to try again. Just because it's a new year, a new month, a new week, or even a new day does not mean you have to feel pressure to start fresh. You might have completely blown it just this morning, but this afternoon, you can still make a choice that best serves your well-being. Because self-care in its simplest form is any action you take that positively impacts your well-being. And this means that when it comes right down to it, effective self-care means choosing to do the thing that best serves your well-being over the one that doesn't. It's really that simple. It doesn't matter what choice you made last time. That's over, done with. For better or worse, it's in the past and it can't be changed. All that matters going forward is what choice you will make next time. The second reason resolutions fail is the all or nothing attitude. Either it's perfect from now on, or you're a failure. But this is exactly why New Year's resolutions are not self-care. Because self-care is a practice, and by definition, there is no perfection in practice. And like anything else you have to practice, self-care requires time to learn and to develop a new skill. It requires making mistakes so that you can learn what works for you and what doesn't. And this means that you have to have the freedom to be flexible and adaptable. You need to be allowed to adjust and try again, and repeat this as many times as needed. And if necessary, you have to be free to let go of any self-care action that isn't positively impacting your well-being, and do so without feeling guilty or judged. And that's huge. As caregivers, our circumstances are always changing, and our self-care needs change with them. What we need can change from month to month or day to day. This means that your practice needs to change along with your circumstances. And you're going to have to reevaluate what your needs are from time to time. Now, these evaluations will not always be accurate, and so your self-care practice will not always be successful. But that's okay. You do not have to practice self-care flawlessly to experience a positive impact on your well-being. Remember, every self-care action you take, no matter how imperfect, builds on the benefits of the last and lays a foundation for the next. The third reason resolutions fail is that they're too broad. Do you know what the top New Year's resolution is? It's resolving to lose weight. No surprise there, right? Weight loss is big business, and there are 1,000 ways to approach a goal like this, which is exactly why it's a terrible resolution. Most New Year's resolutions are like this, though. Broad, open-ended statements about what you would like to experience, like lose 20 pounds. But they say nothing of an actual plan to get you there. As a result, you wake up on January 1st all ready to, well, what exactly? You have no idea. So you don't, and eventually your resolution falls to the wayside, and you've gained nothing but guilt. Now, to be clear, I'm not against goal setting. Goals are great, and it's pretty hard to accomplish anything without one. The key is in the approach. You need to have a goal that is focused on you and what you need, no one else. You need to be clear about what you hope to gain and on the actions you will take to get there. As I said, self-care at its core is a choice. However, living one choice to the next is what I call self-preserving self-care, and we are not meant to stay there. I'll talk more about the 3 levels of self-care in another video, but for now, you should know that our goal is to create a self-care practice that sustains us over time. This requires a clear mindset about what self-care is and what it can do for us. And it also requires a strategy that breaks through the overwhelm of self-care. It takes that broad and open-ended goal and breaks it down so that you can focus on one self-care action that addresses your current self-care needs. And this will bring you closer to a self-sustained well-being. All of this might sound overwhelming, but it's really not. Not when you have a step-by-step guide showing you how to make effective self-care fit into your circumstances with minimal discomfort and disruption. And this increases the odds that you'll stick with it and actually experience the benefits you long for. That guide is the Parachute Project. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can create an effective self-care practice that will sustain you through your caregiving role, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button below to see all future videos. And then visit theparachuteproject.com to explore the self-care resources I have for you on the website. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that this message encourages you. And until next time, take care.